Put your hands in. Eric, put your hands in. Do it. Yeah! How's it going? Hey guys, it is Fox and my friend Eric, as well as Liz.
Hi.
Hi.
And we are going to do an update of Eric's massive sad deck collection.
It's not sad.
You can edit out sad later. I won't. Yeah, so I understand the glare is there. Don't worry, I'm actually going to be holding the camera and going over the deck so you don't see the awful whiteness of glare that is these beautiful... What sleeves are you using?
Most of them are the Eclipse sleeves.
Yeah, Dragon Shield mats for the win. Anyway, so I have my decks over here. That'll be at the end because I don't know, I feel like it. And let's get on with it. Starting off with here.
Zozu?
Zozu!
Alright, this is Zozu the Punisher.
Yes, it is.
It's a pressure deck. It's not necessarily aiming to win, but to force the table to do stuff. Zozu's a 3-mana 2/2. Whenever a land comes into play under anybody's control, Zozu shocks them.
I really hope the Ankh is like one of the first things you show up. Yeah, there we go.
So we run the Ankh of Mishra because it's the artifact of Zozu.
Yep.
It's a 2-mana Zozu because we need redundancy. We play stuff like Keldon Firebombers, which is a 5-mana 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, everybody sacks down to 3 lands. So you have to keep playing lands, so Zozu keeps poking you.
I hate you.
We play stuff like Stigma Lasher because I'm dealing 2 damage at a time. Stop gaining life. Yeah. I play a white-bordered mountain to aggravate a friend of ours.
Hey, Pete, look, white border. Look, Pete, white border. Pete, you like that?
There's-
White border!
Have you seen the inner sleeves that black out a white border?
Those shouldn't exist.
I know. Then we play as much ramp as we can, like Iron Mirror, because I need to get to a turn 2 Zozu. Really?
Copyright strike. It's fine.
Including stuff like Simian Spirit Guide and a whole bunch of ways to get a ritualed out Zozu.
I'm holding the camera. You're not going to go through every card,
No.
are you? Okay.
And then a couple finishers like Storm Breath.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah, it's Zozu. It's you play a land, you take 2, and everyone hates you. Hey, that rhymed.
Alright, Ojutai is one of...
Feet!
Ojutai, Dragon Lord Ojutai, is one of my more powerful decks.
Yeah.
Um,
Most of these decks you've shown off before, so you can just kind of like skim through. I think Zozu's a new one, though.
yes.
Yeah.
We play a bunch of cards to gain more cards, like Heuristic Studies.
Like
Cool. Snapcaster Mage because value.
$60.
Authority of the Consoles to slow down our opponents, gain some life.
Hate that card.
We play good counter spells.
Hi, Miss Nielsen. I have cards written. Well, you don't watch my videos.
We play draw cards, and we play more draw cards, and dual lands.
They are
Also,
required.
stuff like Dust Bowl to mess up people's mana. You sack any land, not the Dust Bowl, so you can, over multiple turns, destroy their mana base or strip them of colors.
Is she in my room?
I don't know. And then sometimes, things go wrong, so you need a Perilous Vault to just reset the world. And you can anticipate every combat, which is really fun.
Oh, yeah. Literally anticipate. Janara's a new one.
Yes. Janara is a Bant kind of value deck. I wanted something a little more casual to play, but still kind of fun to actually pilot. Janara lets you dump late game mana into a Voltron effect. But the most part is fixing the mana because we're in a 3-color deck and she demands a lot of white.
Lanterna Chromatica.
Then we play, comes into play effects, guys, like Loxodon Hierarch because you want an elephant who gained you life. Sphinx's Rev because this card is fun.
This is one of the decks that we put like highlight cards on top of them. I put some of them there for literally no reason other than they were there and neat.
Protean Hulk isn't banned anymore.
It got unbanned, and it's what, $20-something?
I have no idea.
I have none. End of story. Go on.
When a whole bunch of the deck is 2 and 3 drops, you can actually reload really well with a Hulk. Value cards, value. That's the deck. It's just, it probably should be a Rune deck, but Rune bores me to tears.
My handshaking is just gonna make everyone vomit.
That's cool. Wait, where am I aiming?
Maloku. No, you're good.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
Maloku the Clouded Mirror. 5-mana 2/4 with flying. You pay 1, bounce a land you control, and make an illusion. It's a 1/1 flying token.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't. But it will connect.
It deals 1 damage.
The goal is to make a whole bunch of 1/1s and then
turn them
cast...
into dragons.
Yes. Day of the Dragons and exile all of my board and make 5/5 dragons. The problem is there's not enough haste enablers in blue. But we're going to make it work. So we play stuff like Amulet of Vigor because I'm going to put a bunch of lands back into play because I need to. With Patron of the Moon! We don't do a Moonfolk offering. Ignore that.
He
It's
loves the
a
moon.
7 mana 5/4 flyer. You pay 1, put 2 lands onto the battlefield tapped or untapped.
You put the gates in here too, right?
I can't play the gates.
What? Oh, it's mono blue. I'm an idiot.
With these 3 cards, you can put as many lands out as you want
Yeah, on taps.
by making infinite tokens. It's fun. We play Illusionist Bracers because I want to pay 1, bounce, a land, make 2 1/1s. I also run Rings because I want to pay 3, bounce a land, make 2 1/1s. Retreat to Coral Helm because I'm going to put a lot of lands out. I can either scry or untap a creature. The creature you want to untap is Walking Atlas.
Like cheat out basic lands.
Combo!
Well,
It is.
So-
it's infinite 1/1s.
oh yeah, you bounce the land to your hand.
Yeah, you put it. Yep. And then you just keep putting it out and untapping the Atlas to keep going.
God, you're
And we
right.
play a lot of islands. And some counter spells to keep ourselves safe. And ramp, because I bounce lands.
I think for like the next couple, I can actually put it back on the treadmill.
Yay!
So my freaking
Alright.
shaky hands.
Kalidas Trader of Get is my mono black comfort zone deck. It's basically mono black control and a whole bunch of cards that I find fun to cast, and they might not necessarily be fun to be on the receiving end of. The deck's also kind of autopilot, which I enjoy being able to at like 8 o'clock at night, having played Commander since noon, be able to just play a deck that I don't have to think. Whatever's the most obvious play is the right play.
That's my theory behind Locust God. I
Yeah.
don't want to think.
We're in mono black, so we need some answers to enchantments and sometimes artifacts. So I have really janky answers. I love drawing cards, so I play a whole bunch of the draw card spells. Also, life totals are for chumps. This can make a demon. Massacre Worm because F you, token guy. Literally, just kill the token player. He's a bit of a nombo with Kalidas, but it's fine.
I'm token guy.
Also with Locust God spiking, check out how they die.
Yeah.
Nightmare Lash because sometimes you want to just kill people with Voltron Commander. And +1/+1 for all your swamps is +1/+1 for all your swamps.
And then like all the draw spells.
I play all the draw
Yeah.
spells. And the You Can't Game Life. And I play a lot of swamps. Onslaught Swamps. All of them are from Onslaught because it's my favorite set
Hit it?
for art lands.
Oh,
For land art. Look, I just pretend I said that sentence right.
land art.
Next we've got Rishkar Pima Renegade. He's a 3-mana 2/2. When he enters the battlefield, you put 2 counters, 2 +1/+1 counters on... Wait. You put a +1/+1 counter on up to 2 creatures.
You can do this.
There. And then all your creatures with counters can tap for mana.
You
We
did.
play a whole bunch of mana dorks. There's like 15 or 17 1- and 2-drop creatures. Not all of them make mana. Because you want to cast a turn 3 Rishkar, or turn 2, with targets to hit so that he can always make mana to let you cast stuff. We play this
I gave
because
him that.
That's why it's here.
I'm a good boy.
Whenever you cast a creature spell, you pay green and draw a card, and you'll have the extra mana. Then we play a lot of big creatures. A lot of them.
That's the only like hoof he'll play.
Yes.
He
Crater
has-
Hoof is dumb, and I
Yeah.
hate it, so I don't play it. But I will play Decimator of the Provinces, because you can emerge the boar, or just cast the boar.
Well, plus it tops at +3/+3. It's
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, it's over.
Arachnogenesis is hysterical, because not only does it fog, it gives you a whole bunch of tokens. Momentous Fall for the Fatties, Hurricane to just end the game. And we play Forests, because it's mono green. I've talked about Atarka a whole
Yeah.
bunch.
It's,
Atarka is my newbie deck. Here you go, Nooblet. Plan 1 is double striking dragons. The second plan is Voltron Atarka, which is basically just kill someone in 2 hits or 1 with a pup. Plan B is regular dragons. And by plan B, I mean 3 or C. It's whatever. We play dragons. There's not a lot to say about them. Some of the dragons make tokens and baby dragons. Some of the dragons are other versions of your commander.
in a different time.
They deal damage. Some of your dragons make oodles of mana, because look at those costs. It's a lot. Some of them find us dragons, and we play lands.
And some of them
ramp.
aren't dragons that find us dragons. That's an instant. Way to go, Eric!
It's fine. No one's gonna notice that I just punched the camera.
Oh, no. The sickness of my handshaking has killed him already.
I unsleeved Thada to double sleeve her and haven't gotten the chance to do that yet. But Thada Adele is going to steal all the soul rings. The entire purpose of playing this deck is to make a bunch of Beyonce jokes.
Yeah, literally.
If your opponents like it, they should have put a ring on it.
Yeah.
You like it, you're going to steal their rings.
He's funny.
She has Island Walk. When she deals combat damage to a player, you search their deck for a artifact, exile it,
Stub your toe.
and then you have to cast it. You have to actually be able to afford it to play it, though, so make sure you have the mana. So we play a ton of rocks. We play all of the Ponder effects because I want to...
Is that like Cheapo Ponder?
This is Portent.
Yeah,
this
that's the Cheapo Ponder.
Magic's first Ponder. It's great. And all the Ponders help because the deck only has like 33 lands. A couple counter spells, not a whole bunch of them, but several of them are the Tuck style because you can counter their artifact, put it on the bottom of their deck, boop them, and take it.
Yeah.
I have countered Soul Ring before.
You have.
I have.
I think you countered mine.
We have ways to turn things into islands. There's a bunch of them. Then, because we make tons of mana stealing everyone's Soul Ring and playing a bunch of rocks ourselves, we need stuff to do with that mana. Tidesprout Tyrant is possibly the best one because it's a 5/5 flyer for a trillion, but when you play a spell, you bounce a thing. If you clone him, and then Rite of Replication kick him, everyone scoops. Here's more artifact shenanigans. This lets you pay 2 of any color for artifacts, or their effects. The rest of the deck is playing cards that are fun to say, like Discombobulate, which has amazing flavor text. I said pick his brain, not tear his head off. I play Sight Beyond Sight because in addition to Beyonce jokes, we're going to make Thundercat jokes. Oh!
Loads.
And then we play some Planeswalkers because why not?
Jeez. I get that he's good, but at the same time, I think he
Well, that was
should die.
the 5-mana one, not
I know, a baby
busted one.
chase, right?
the memory adept.
I think so.
Alright, Teneb the Enchantress. I mean, the Harvester. Look, it's an Enchantress deck.
There you go.
This is plan B. Hit somebody with a dragon, steal their
I'm
stuff.
just imagining Teneb in like an Enchantress outfit.
Why did you put Seasons Past here?
I like it. I don't
Seasons
know
Past
why.
is a good card. It lets you reload the whole deck.
Stop yelling at me.
Here's an enchantment. It slows down people. Here's an enchantment that protects all of your stuff. Triskaidekaphobia is the reason I'm playing black.
Yep.
Literally, it's the reason I'm playing black. It's my most tutored card when it shouldn't be.
He doesn't play tree either. He just like hopes that one day that's gonna work.
It is. Anything else cool to talk about? Nope.
Not really. Like I took
I play all the enchantresses.
Yeah, it's an Enchantress deck.
And
Play
we...
enchantments, you draw cards, you gain
benefit.
life. The enchantments do things too.
Yeah. Alright.
Sequoir.
Sequoir, the Death Keeper, is amazingly fun. I did not build this to be super grindy to take away people's resources, but to be super grindy at throwing Mr. P's at them. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you make a 3/1 black and red Graveborn creature token with haste. That's a Mr. P.
You had Mr. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking for it.
Sometimes Mr. P is a troublemaker, sometimes he's a scumbag, but he always has haste. So, we need to kill off creatures. Reassembling Skeleton's great because it always comes back, which lets
I
us
love
make
that
more
card.
Mr. P's. Every time Reassembling Skeleton, or its many variants, or Mr. P enter the battlefield, we hit someone to the face. I don't want to play Perforos because it's boring. And it's not always the most useful card because everyone wants to come after you once you table it. Warstorm Surge lets you target one person with extreme prejudice and get rid of them. I have sack outlets. This one's great
It gets mana.
because I need
Colored
mana. This profits whenever a creature dies. There's a bunch of cards that profit whenever creatures die. We need more sack outlets, and then we play ramp. It's amazing.
It is good, yeah.
There have been many times where with Warstorm Surge, some stuff, and a Goblin Bombardment, the table goes from healthy life totals to dead real fast.
They've seen pirates before many, many times.
Yes! Pirates! The goal isn't to win. Look, this card's terrible. It's a 6 mana, 4/3 with First Strike. So we play Pirates because Pirates.
I love that you've taken apart really, really good decks, but you've always had pirates.
It's amazing. We have new pirate ships
Yeah.
because, thanks, Wizards. We have other pirate ships. The goal is to assemble a crew, get a ship, get a cannon to defend yourself. Hornet Cannon is my favorite because I shoot people with bees. And then do piratey things like playing Piracy Charm, or Coastal Piracy, or more pirates. We have grappling hooks for boarding parties. And then we post to Twitter. Look, this deck can't really win, but it can post to Twitter, and that's a victory.
This deck is for selfies.
Yes. I have Kaidel, Chosen of Crewfix, and Bruce Tarl, Boorish Herder. This was a spin off of Josh Lee Kwai's version of this deck. I saw him talk about it and was like, wow, that's awesome. I'm going to do it. So I did. She makes mana for every card you've drawn. Once you've drawn a bunch of cards, you play an untap effect, like this one, and make infinite mana. That's not actually the goal, though. The goal is to play stuff to help you draw extra cards, like Puzzle Box, Wheel. I play a lot of wheel effects. Yeah. And then use Kydel to cast an Eldrazi. This is where Bruce comes in. Once you have a big dumb Eldrazi, Bruce gives it double strike and lifelink. And you murder people with 12/12s. And then you wheel again to do it more.
Oh boy,
when that doesn't work, you play Argent. So that whenever you cast a spell, you put your hand on the bottom of your deck and draw up, which helps Kydel go crazy. Wait, is that it? Alright, plan B is go infinite, and then shoot the table to death with fireballs. Also, we play Jeskai Ascendancy because that card rocks with Kydel. It's here.
Is the light going out or is it still alright?
Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you draw a card. If you do discard, which is great. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you untap all your guys and get +1/+1.
That's good.
Kydel has gone lethal off of just that card before.
Oh, yeah.
I built a Zuri because I wanted a blue-green deck. I don't have a better reason. Whenever a low-power creature, 2 or less, enters the battlefield under your control, you get an experience counter. Beginning of combat on your turn, you put X +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, who is not a Zuri, equal to your experience counters.
Basically saying, I ate the cat because I was hungry. There's no other reason.
Nope. So we play stuff like Taunting Elf for reasons. Also, when it gets huge, it's hysterical. We play some Mana Dorks because I want to dump a lot of creatures out, build up counters, and then kill people. Yeah. We play a lot of little creatures. Look at that 2 power. Target. Then we play evasive stuff. I don't have the infinite turns thing because I don't want to. But I will attack you for 12, unblockable.
Your face.
Attack you for, well, this starts at 12, so, or 2. So I'll attack you for, like, I don't know, 14 with trample, and then make another Spawn Wraith that triggers a Zuri. I thought I launched it. I didn't want to load the deck with counterspell effects and go into the like counter control thing. So to keep pushing the aggression, I have a lot of hexproof effects in case you try and kill my stuff.
Do you run like fight spells?
A couple, not many.
Right, no.
I fight bear though.
Yeah.
The main thing with the deck is to cast Fable of Wolfenau, which I don't think we pulled.
Probably not.
But I can tutor it. Oh, here it is. Yes.
Last card.
All right. This transmute, it'll make something unblockable, but we're never casting it. We're going to transmute it to find Fable of Wolfenau. Whenever you play a green spell, you get a 2/2 wolf. Whenever you play a blue spell, you get a 1/1 bird. If you play a small 2/3, or a small blue and green creature, I'm sorry, you get a trigger for a Zuri for, say, Edric, the wolf, and the bird. And suddenly, you have 3 more counters. It's great. I recently built, I took apart Vile Smasher Solo to partner her with Crom, Ludovic's Opus, because I took apart my Judo deck out of boredom. This is all about generating value, either burn value off your spells, more cards off of them playing spells, and then cards that do a lot, like Mass Mutiny to hit each opponent. Sire of Stagnation, so that whenever someone plays a land, they exile cards and you draw cards. Docent of Perfect Form to take advantage of spells. Cruel Ultimatum. Look, I'm in Grixis. I'm playing this card. Vandal Blast because it goes wide.
Bolus
Blatant
is back.
Thievery. Lightning Greaves to protect my stuff.
I hate Blatant Thievery.
There's a few cards like Blasphemous Act that reduce their costs to help Vile Smasher, but mostly it's Grixis Control, just going for funds.
Basically.
My most recent deck
Yeah, this is a weird one.
is Myosian of the Cleansing Fire. And by of the, I mean just of. It's a billion mana in mono white. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, it might just be if you played it from your hand. I forget. It doesn't matter. You get a divinity counter. If it has a divinity counter, it's indestructible. You can remove them and destroy all other creatures except this. The problem is casting it from the command zone doesn't actually put the counter on it.
So why am I asking this?
I'm going to explain.
He's gonna explain.
1, I like jank. 2, we need a lot of ramp. Look, our commander sucks and costs a lot. So, we play all of the ramp, including Core Cartographer and a modified Solemn Simulacrum. Then we play That Which Was Taken, because it puts divinity counters on a not That Which Was Taken permanent. Buddies. We find it too. Then we bounce our commander after we've cast it. Hey. To play it from your hand. And then because I'm destroying all the creatures, I need stuff that aren't technically creatures. Like Glinthawk Idol, which you can animate to be a creature. Otherwise, it's just a regular artifact and isn't going to die to wrath. We also play some indestructible creatures. See? Indestructible. Oketcher is actually pretty solid because she'll attack for 6, double strike. And it's really easy when you're making 1 billion mana to pay that 4 and make some 1/1s.
And then lands.
And then lands and ramps. So much ramp.
You ramp in pretty much every deck, though.
Well, I played bad cards that cost too much, so I need to.
Well, whose fault is that, Mr.
Also,
I play bad
if you
cards?
ramp ahead of your opponents, you're playing more Magic than they are, which means you're winning.
Technically, yeah.
My favorite deck, and I mean my absolute most favorite deck, is Oros the Avenger. Look at this beautiful card.
Again, this is one he's kept from the other videos, so.
From forever.
Yeah.
I built this deck in 07, and it's just gone through various iterations. I've never taken it apart. The current build has a couple options. We do Walker Control. We do just Mardu Control. Voltron Sub-Theme. And then more control stuff. I play a lot of fun cards that are fun for me, like Necrotic Sliver and Recursion. Harvester of Souls draws cards whenever we're destroying things. He handily kills stuff. Promise of Power is a super fun card, and I have a foil version. I'm going to draw some cards. I like fixing my mana, and then I have Sun Titan to bring it back. Voltron, and more answers. That's the
all
core
your
of it.
decks. Yeah.
We also have a couple decks that are built out of my cards, but Liz built them. Are you taking over, or am I doing this?
It's a team effort.
Okay, we're going to tag team this. I can talk.
Yes, you can.
He's used to be. I can't talk either.
Dragonlord
Tag team.
Silumgar started as Centriplets, but then Liz wanted to streamline the mana.
And I want to continue stealing stuff. And
So
all
wait.
dragons.
She slim triplets.
Yes. Silumgar, Dragonlord Silumgar is 6 mana, 3/5, flying Death Touch, helps protect your stuff. When it enters the battlefield, you steal a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. The amount of walkers that are about to ultimate that Liz has stolen is way too
I
high.
haven't seen that yet.
It's
She
been
stole an
fun.
ulted Lily. She stole a
Chandra.
Chandra and ulted it. She
Did she
stole.
still snow Chandra?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's stolen. What deck did I have another walker? She stole a walker from Thada. She stole a walker from Rishkar. Look, it happens a lot,
Yeah.
not just to me.
Yeah, I steal a lot of things.
So then, because Liv likes to sabotage people, she played.
So my slut theme in most of my decks is stealing things and fucking up your day. So I just like to spread the love. So Sire Stagnation, if you like to play lands,
I like to make you exile stuff
and I like to draw
make you
cards.
cry.
Yeah, essentially.
Fathom Feeder's an adorable little 1/1 blocker who also can hit someone and exile their cards, or pay 5 and exile their cards and draw. Just
So
go.
this is a new edition. I love Grave
Grave
Betrayal.
Betrayal.
It's amazing.
It's
if
the
something
single most
dies,
Liz
it's
card
like,
I've ever
oh,
seen.
that's mine now. It's going to my army of undead. Thank you.
With a +1/+1 counter.
Yes.
It's amazing into a board wipe.
Yeah.
Worst fears, because
I gotta take your turn.
she's actually your worst fear.
Yeah.
Blatant Thievery to steal from everyone's things.
It's even.
It's not even. Obnixilis the Unshackled, because whenever a opponent searches their deck, they sack a creature and take 10.
And then with Grave Betrayal, it's like not only do they sack a creature, I get the creature, you take 10, and you get your card.
Whenever another creature dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on this.
Yeah.
A lot more creatures die than you think, and not just a board wipe, so this thing is regularly punching people for
Is it opponent's
lots.
creature or any creature?
Any.
Oh, so you can like sack Outlet and just like get that thing buffed up.
Yep.
Nice.
And finally, we have all the clone effects, including Evil Twin, to copy your thing
And then steal
and
it.
then kill it.
Or then steal it as well.
Yeah, there's been
Yeah.
that too.
I like
you
to
have
have
two of 'em.
options.
Next up is Saskia the Unyielding. Saskia is blueless, 3/4 Vigilance Haste, enters the battlefield. You choose a player. Who's me? It's always me.
Yes.
Then, whenever a creature Liz controls deals combat damage to anybody, it also deals that much damage to me.
Our policy is usually Erik has to die, even when he's not in the game. Target Erik.
Yeah, it's a smart choice.
Yeah.
Also,
It-
Sasuke, aka Sailor Jupiter. Because she is. She's all buff and strong.
She's gonna alt the card. If you attack the person you've declared, they basically get double strike.
Except only half of its commander.
Yeah. So, Liz has stuff like Stonehoof Chieftain, which costs 8 for an 8/8 trampling indestructible thing that gives all your other stuff trample and indestructible. Until end of turn, in case you want to follow it up with a sweeper. Conqueror's Flail to supersize Saskia, or any of the creatures. Kill me. And then, as long as it's attached to a creature, you can't play spells during Liz's turn. Sword of the Animus to deal more damage and ramp, or fix colors. Protean Hulk to find things after you tried to sweep away Liz's board.
As Zephyr mentioned, it's unbanned.
It is. What the hell is it? Kenra Charioteer. All her peeps have trample.
I'm a nice person.
Can you play Nylea?
What?
Nylea. The green god from Theros.
I don't think so.
It also gives other creatures trample. And
Blind Obedience because Liz can gain life off the extort,
And it's for the lulls.
and she's going to take your lunch money. Extorting. She's recently added Ravos Soul Tender because she wanted more recursion, and he's a pump effect. We've got stuff like Wilderness Elemental, which gets swole as long as your opponents are trying to fix their mana. It's not so good against monocolored decks, but you're going to beat them anyway. Avatar of Fury, when your opponents try and ramp, it costs less, and then it's a big dumb almost dragon. When you're trying to fix your mana desperately, she will always top deck an Aethermancer and kill you from nowhere. I'm not bitter at all. When it enters the battlefield as a 3-mana 2/2, it deals damage to target player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player
You
controls.
can smell the lemons
It might have been 9,
and the vinegar.
and then it might have immediately died and gotten unearthed to deal me 18.
Bitter.
Yeah, it's great.
So when it's dead, you can unearth it. It'll come
Lemons.
back for a turn and have haste. Then Liz plays Kaya because Kaya.
I mean, look at her. She's amazing.
Look at
Miss
Look at how
Universe,
smirky she is.
So pretty and sassy. Okay, go on.
Kaya does a bunch of great things for Liz's deck. It can reset Saskia to choose the player after she kills me. She will drain all the opponents and gain Liz some life, and make everyone but Liz discard, and then Liz draws a card. And she can reset herself. Then
Ankle Shanker.
Ankle Shanker, who turns into Bile Smasher in an
Shanker.
alternate universe.
He shanks.
If you're playing an aggressive deck that's in
Shanks.
Mardu colors, Ankle Shanker rocks. Scourge of the Throne gets extra combat phases to murder everyone.
And that's
Shanks!
the sub-theme of this deck, to get extra combat phases.
Then you go really large, play a 7-mana 6/4 with haste, and take something from everyone else. It's a big, dumb creature with Mass Mutiny stapled to it. You threaten something from everyone, and then kill the whole table.
Shanks.
Magic the Listening. The final deck that Liz recently built is Rakdos Lord of Parties.
I have yet to play against this one. I played against Saskia and Stoneguard, but not that one yet.
The mana cost is a little rough on black, black, red, red, but it's fine. Legendary creature demon. You can't cast it unless an opponent lost turn. It has Flample, and then your creature spells cost 1 less for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. And it's a 6/6. Really effective. Also, look at that freaking art.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Balrog that even Gandalf wouldn't fight. I just dropped him. So we play, or by we I mean Liz plays cards like Blightning. I thought this card was crap. I really did. I told her not to run it. I was super, super
I
wrong.
won
Yes!
some games with that card.
She has won games off of this card. She has cast Rakdos late game off of this card. And it is overwhelmingly taking the last 2 options from somebody who thought they were about to stabilize. It's not always me, but that person's always dead.
It's usually you.
She plays stuff like Rapacious One because it makes a whole bunch of babies when it deals combat damage to a player.
So cute.
Stuff like Nettle Drone, because when you cast a colorless spell, you untap it, and it's an enabler. Plus, it hits each opponent. Nettle Drone alone will set up a turn 4 Rakdos very, very well. Nettle Drone, next turn ping, everyone takes damage. You play Rakdos, and you're already 3 damage up on combat. Or on cost reduction. Do you remember how Liz likes sabotaging people? Well, here's Butcher of Malakir to keep going. If she can't have stuff, nobody can. Handweaver Garrison doesn't seem like it'd be a great enabler, but the ability to send those 1/1s anywhere means you can attack somebody and swoop in and either deal a whole bunch of damage or squeak in extra points of damage because they don't want to block the 1/1s for whatever reason, like Ankle Shanker or something.
The next card better be Handweir.
Then Liz plays Handweir Battlements, which makes colorless, which isn't so great, but you can give haste to stuff. Also, if you control both of these,
they meld.
They meld into a gigantic, horrendous 7/4, which Liz did on turn 3, and then it attacked.
So Liz's plan is usually kill Erik. My plan is usually kill Liz. Because once Eric's gone,
she's gonna win.
She sees blood in the water, and that's me.
So the Handweir, the Writhing Township has trample, haste. When it attacks, you get 3/2 Eldrazi horror creature tokens onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. She did get stopped eventually. But she killed all of us. It was an amazing game for her.
She was only stopped by the fact the game ended.
Yes. The whole rest of the deck is really awesome black and red cards that Liz wants to play, as well as some really boss stuff like Eldrazi because they cost practically nothing after she's murdered me.
All right, my turn.
Woo!
I'm moving the camera over here because we ain't gonna move those decks. Here's my box. There's Butthole Jace. There's a face. Right. All right, I don't have them laid out like that, but I do have them laid out in a way where it makes it easier. So the 2 new decks and update that I have made. Here is the first one. It is Neheb, and this deck is dumb. This deck is ridiculous. I'm basically running Steal Your Creature effects, Besmirch, you do not besmirch the son of a shepherd, Active Aggression, Traitor's Blood, and then X spells, like Comet Storm, Fall of Titans, all the good ones. This is brand new. I'm missing a lot of stuff that I need.
Do you have any wheels?
Huh?
Do you have any wheels to reload?
A couple. There's a couple wheels in here, but other than that, Grip of Chaos because...
Are you playing Fan the Flames?
I don't have that.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
You should.
This is a new deck. There's a lot of cards I don't have, but I am playing Grip of Chaos because sometimes I don't want to choose what this takes. I'd rather just let randomness happen, and I take your thing by mistake and kill you with it, and then reverberate spells, Wild Ricochet, things of that nature. I'm playing Ravaging Blaze because, again, I don't have a lot of the good X spells, but that is my Neheb deck. It's very different, at least I think. I don't see any lists that much stupid as this one, but, you know, it needs some testing, and sooner or later we'll get good. Locust God really doesn't need much. You need a commander, and then this is just bulk. He does all the good stuff on his own.
And then this is just bulk.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, this is all good, but there you go. Here's your 99-1. Throne of the God Pharaoh, just cuz. It's like, I make 21-1s, swing at one guy, and then everyone else takes 20. I've done that. Burn at the Stake, which is, Empty the Warrens and Burn at the Stake, which is like my original plan for what Niv Mizzet was originally. Just storm off, empty the Warrens, get a bunch of tokens, and then Burn at the Stake, kill one person, get this back, and do it again. I'm running it again in here because Storm is relevant, so Empty the Warrens is good, but Burn at the Stake really does work with the 1/1s, and then Throne of the God Pharaoh just kind of helps it out. I'm playing a bunch of Cycle lands, which I'm really happy about. I'm playing Desert of the Mindful, as well as, where is it? Where's the other desert? Desert of the Fervent, because Cycle spells in this deck work, because it's not only Cycle, draw a card, it's Cycle, draw a card, get a 1/1. As I said, you need him, the rest is bulk. And then it's a basic, like, cantrip wheel kind of deck. It's really, really fun to play. Again, it just pilots itself. There's not much thinking to be done. It's just like, oh, I hope I get a draw spell so I can kill someone. Scarab God, which used to be in Geese and Groth. Geese and Groth is in here. Notice I put Massacre Worm in here because, again, I know I'm going to be playing against this deck a little bit. Geese and Groth is in there. Scarab God, it lends itself towards a zombie tribal deck, but you don't have to have the deck become a zombie tribal deck because you can make zombies from them. So I'm getting a little more lenient on not running zombies. That being said, I am running pretty much only zombies. I still got the wheels with Vengeful Dead. I did add, what is the friggin' card's name? It's like a new zombie. It's in here. I'm getting to it. I'll eventually get to it. I forgot the name. It's the new zombie sack outlet. Whenever a zombie dies, everyone takes 1 damage.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna find it. No, now I'm on a mission.
I believe in you.
I'm a writer on a mission. Action, kids, and fun. There it is. Plague Belcher. Forgot the name. And notice Geese and Groth is still in there because I can turn them into zombies. They can get a taste of their own medicine. Those bastards. Plague Belcher is essentially just like another Vengeful Dead, and not Vengeful Dead. Is it? Yeah, it is Vengeful Dead. Yeah, and it loops with Phyrexian Altar and Gravecrawler. And that's the first setup, and then the basics are back here. So I got Marath. That hasn't really changed. I added Mana Crypt in there because I had one, and I haven't added in anything yet. In Yisan, I added Spore Frog because I really, really needed it, and I'm going to be running a better fog soon. I need that flashback fog. I don't know the name of it.
Moment's Peace.
Moment's Peace. I need that one. So Mogus died a while ago. He got buried, and then dug up, and someone peed on him, and then I turned him into Blade. The pee thing was not necessary in any way. I made Bladewing the Risen out of Mogus. I did keep the wheel tribal thing in there, and it works a lot better with Bladewing because it's better when you have dragons in your grave. You can get them out for free, and if you have Rise of the Dark Realms, you get a bunch of dragons. It's great unless you're playing against someone who also has Rise of the Dark Realms, because then you die and cry, and everyone laughs at you. Darabi is the same. I just added Failure to Comply. Really cool Venser-like counterspell.
Is that the 4-mana one?
It's a split one, so return a spell to the owner's hands. It gets over uncounterable,
Okay.
and then
I was thinking commit to memory.
Yeah, the comply is neat and interesting. It's good if it can help you win, but really that Venser effect for 2 is pretty damn good. Niv-Mizzet hasn't changed one bit. Still running the same combo poopy stuff, except now it's in black sleeves. Oh, this is jet sleeves. So these aren't technically black. They're jet, so they're blacker than black, according to Dragon Shields.
They're pretty
It could
black.
be darker than black, and now we're in an anime.
I hate you. And then the last deck, I rebuilt. Where is he? Here he is. Corona. Not Corona. Yeah, Corona. Wow. I am dumb. I rebuilt Corona. I took him apart. I got kind of tired of Eldrazi.
That's a she.
I think I said them.
You said he.
Shut up. Shut up. I took him
No.
apart. I'm doing it now to make you mad. I took Corona apart because I got tired of playing like janky Eldrazi's, but then I missed playing janky Eldrazi's, so I built it again, and
Yeah,
now
why
I
don't you
like
have
playing
a
janky
janky
Eldrazi's.
deck?
Cyrus Stagnation has been mentioned in this video at least 4 times.
Look, it's a good card.
Yeah, it's a really good card.
Criminally underplayed.
And again, it is still colorless. It is 5 colorless, or technically colorless.
Do you know what happens if you get it out on turn 3?
Everyone cries.
Yeah, everyone cries, and they keep playing lands anyway because they need to.
And that is my 9 decks. This will get its own deck video soon, as well as a Locust Guide. They just need more testing. I need a lot more cards for Neheb. It's running some temporary cards, and I'll just put the top back on so you can laugh at the funny J-Sad thing. Oh, and here's Eric's Tower of Terror. Da-da-da. All right. Oh, and Liz's corner of destruction and sadness. And that was our deck collections combined. We
You did it.
clapped
Like Voltron.
Captain Planet.